High school's unpredictable journey. At the age of 15, navigating the complexities of high school life as a sophomore presented its challenges, especially during lunch periods when classes were randomized. This academic year, my companions during these unpredictable periods were exclusively my friends Dylan and Max. A few months into the academic journey, a newcomer named Jake made his entrance into our first period astronomy class. The class, infused with the humor of our jesting teacher, prompted Jake's introduction to the class. Fate decided he would sit next to me, occupying the lone available desk tucked away in the back corner. As the official commencement of the class was yet to unfold, the room buzzed with conversations. Jake and I exchanged greetings, and despite the patchiness of his facial hair, he initially gave off an impression of an average guy. We found ourselves partnered for an assignment, a decision I made willingly, given the absence of close friends in that particular class. However, the charm wore off swiftly as I discerned Jake's penchant for excessive jokes, frequent cursing, and vulgar humor. Lunchtime arrived with Max's conspicuous absence, leaving only Dylan and me at our designated table. Abruptly, Jake decided to join us, bringing with him a repertoire of strange comments and inappropriate jokes. Dylan and I couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. This lunch period marked the inception of Jake's peculiar behavior. After school, he accompanied me part of the way home, persistently attempting to invite himself over. I skillfully redirected his intentions, but an unsettling feeling lingered in the air. Later that evening, Jake escalated his odd behavior by sending a text, claiming there was a police car stationed in front of my house. Reacting to the perceived emergency, I hurried outside, only to find Jake standing in my driveway, amused by his prank. Despite my limited acquaintance with him, Jake continued texting me, causing my unease to grow. He employed the same ruse to lure me outside once more, prompting me to strategize an escape by planning to spend time at Dylan's house, hoping to steer clear of Jake. As I walked home from Dylan's later that night, another text from Jake hinted at a supposed police presence at my house. Resolute in my decision to ignore him, I carried on. The night took a more disturbing turn when Jake sent an offended message, revealing an unhealthy obsession with me. Troubled by the situation, I confided in friends and reported the incidents to the school. It came to light that Jake had a history of causing issues, resulting in frequent transfers. One could only speculate about the impact he had on those unfortunate enough to cross his path. Fast forward to my arrival home around 11 or 12 that night, and an unusual occurrence awaited me. With my parents and sister out, the back doorbell rang, a deviation from the norm. Anticipating my sister's presence, I descended the stairs, only to find no one there. The night took another unexpected turn when my phone rang. It was Jake, revealing his presence, hidden in the yard. I promptly shared the screenshot with my family, friends, and the school, leading to Jake's disappearance from class and, presumably, yet another school transfer. The Whisper of Fear, a principal's tale of vigilance and unity. Principal James Mitchell paced nervously in his dimly lit office, the soft hum of fluorescent lights creating a dissonant backdrop to his uneasy movements. Despite the lively activity beyond his door, an unsettling incident demanded his immediate attention. Summoning a deep breath, he reached for the phone, its cold plastic sending an involuntary shiver down his spine. Each deliberate press of the digits dialed the number for the police station, the weight of anticipation hanging thick in the air. As the phone rang, an unshakable unease settled over Principal Mitchell. Mere moments ago, an anonymous tip had reached him, hinting at a potential threat to the school. A chilling revelation of a student bringing a weapon onto the premises. A stoic and professional voice crackled through the receiver. "Hello, this is Officer Stevens." Principal Mitchell, throat cleared and heart pounding, responded urgently. "Officer Stevens, this is Principal Mitchell from the high school. I'm calling to report a concerning tip we received about a potential threat to the safety of our students." The officer's attention snapped the gravity of the situation. "Go on, sir. What's the nature of the threat?" In measured words, Principal Mitchell shared the ominous details of the anonymous tip, outlining a potential danger within the school. Officer Stevens assured him of a swift response, promising to dispatch officers immediately to assess the situation. Ending the call, Principal Mitchell was left with a mix of anxiety and responsibility. Acknowledging the paramount importance of student and staff safety, he activated the school's emergency response plan, initiating a lockdown to cocoon everyone in safety until the police arrived. The wail of approaching police sirens pierced through the ambient noise of the school as squad cars descended upon the scene. Officers entered the building with purpose, securing perimeters and conducting a meticulous search. Inside classrooms, students and teachers huddled, their collective breaths held in anticipation. Time seemed to stretch until, finally, Officer Stevens approached Principal Mitchell with a reassuring nod. "We've completed a thorough search, and there doesn't appear to be any immediate danger. We'll continue to investigate the source of the tip, but for now, it seems like a false alarm." A wave of relief washed over Principal Mitchell. He expressed gratitude to the officers for their prompt response and unwavering professionalism. With the all-clear given, the lockdown was lifted, and the school day gradually resumed its normal course. Though a false alarm, the incident served as a stark reminder of the perpetual need for vigilance and collaboration in ensuring the safety of the school community. In the subsequent days, the school implemented additional security measures, emphasizing the importance of reporting any suspicious activity. Principal Mitchell, resolute in his commitment, recognized that fostering a safe and secure environment demanded continuous efforts for the well-being of everyone under his care. A high school's harrowing ordeal. In the ominous corridors of a local high school, the afternoon sun cast elongated shadows, setting the stage for a chilling disturbance that would shatter the usual calm. Mrs. Anderson, an ardent physics teacher, was deep into delivering an engaging lecture, oblivious to the impending chaos that would soon disrupt the tranquility of the school day. Unseen by the bustling school community, a malevolent figure, concealed beneath a hoodie and a disconcerting mask, surreptitiously infiltrated the institution. The atmosphere, unbeknownst to the unsuspecting staff, crackled with an impending storm. As the intruder stealthily approached the main office, Miss Thompson, the school receptionist, felt an unwelcome presence. The masked figure materialized, wielding an unidentified object and issuing sinister demands. Fear seized Miss Thompson as she reluctantly complied, her anxious glances darting towards the nearby classrooms. In room 304, Mrs. Anderson's physics class continued their studies, immersed in their academic pursuits, blissfully oblivious to the unfolding terror. The motives of the intruder remained elusive, but a palpable threat lingered. Under duress, Miss Thompson discreetly triggered the silent alarm, alerting Officer Williams, the vigilant school resource officer, who swiftly mobilized additional units. After delivering their menacing message, the masked intruder slinked back into the shadows. Miss Thompson, composed but anxious, covertly relayed the ongoing threat to the police dispatcher, careful not to betray any hint to the intruder. A wave of terror swept through the school as teachers and staff, attuned to the unsettling disturbance, followed established safety protocols. Seamlessly, the institution transitioned into lockdown mode, enclosing students in an impermeable shield against the potential danger lurking within. Outside, the shrill wail of police sirens shattered the ambient soundscape. Officer Williams, leading a determined team of officers, navigated the dimly lit hallways with a sense of urgency. Unaware of the silent police response, the intruder continued their malevolent journey through the building. As the police closed in, the silence within Mrs. Anderson's classroom persisted, her students huddled together, blissfully unaware of the imminent threat. The masked figure, now cornered, attempted to evade capture but was met with a swift and coordinated police response. In a tense confrontation, officers apprehended the intruder without further incident. With the threat neutralized, the school gradually emerged from the suffocating shadows into a semblance of normalcy. Outside, anxious parents received reassurance from the police that their children were safe. Miss Thompson, visibly shaken yet resilient, provided a detailed statement to the police, contributing to the reconstruction of the unfolding events. In the aftermath, the high school fortified itself with additional security measures, extending counseling services to students and staff traumatized by the harrowing ordeal. The incident served as an indelible reminder of the malevolence that can lurk within the familiar, fostering a renewed commitment within the community to safeguard the safety and well-being of everyone within the school's confines. Unveiling shadows, a suburban high school's resilience. In the serene heart of a suburban enclave, the high school stood as a pillar of education and community cohesion. However, beneath the facade of everyday normalcy, an unsettling incident unfolded, casting a pall of shock and fear across the tight-knit community. On an otherwise ordinary afternoon, the bustling corridors of the high school reverberated with the typical sounds of students hustling to their next class. Engrossed in her English lesson, Ms. Harris, a committed teacher, found her routine shattered by an unexpected intrusion. A former student, previously expelled for disciplinary reasons, surreptitiously infiltrated the school grounds. Veiled in shadows, he concealed his identity beneath a hooded sweatshirt, instigating discomfort among the staff who recognized him by his disheveled appearance. As he traversed the hallways, his erratic conduct drew attention. Mrs. Ramirez, a vigilant custodian, spotted him and immediately sensed that something was awry. Discreetly, she informed Officer Daniels, the school resource officer, about the unwelcome visitor. In room 215, Ms. Harris continued her lesson, oblivious to the unfolding drama. Fueled by resentment and anger, the expelled student made his way toward the main office. Officer Daniels, cognizant of the student's troubled history, swiftly mobilized additional security personnel. Within the main office, the intruder confronted the school secretary, Ms. Johnson, demanding to see the principal. His eyes gleamed with an unsettling intensity. Terrified yet composed, Ms. Johnson notified Principal Mr. Thompson, who promptly initiated the school's emergency response plan. The school promptly entered lockdown. Teachers, students, and staff secured themselves in classrooms, their collective breaths suspended in fear. The once vibrant corridors succumbed to an eerie stillness. Officer Daniels and the security team cautiously approached the main office. The expelled student, aware of the police presence, escalated his threats, turning negotiations into a delicate dance between diffusing the situation and ensuring the safety of all involved. Outside, anxious parents gathered, their hearts pounding with worry. The local police department, alerted to the unfolding crisis, established a secure perimeter, ensuring the safety of those within. As the standoff persisted, tension within the school reached a palpable peak. The expelled student, driven by a sense of injustice, rendered the situation increasingly perilous. After hours of delicate negotiations, the expelled student was apprehended without further incident. The lockdown lifted, and the high school gradually returned to normalcy, though the psychological scars endured. In the aftermath, the community grappled with the harsh reality that their sanctuary had been breached. Enhanced security measures were implemented, and counseling services were extended to those impacted by the traumatic event. The harrowing incident served as a stark reminder that even in the most ordinary places, shadows could lurk. The need for vigilance and preparedness became an unfortunate reality in the modern world, and the resilient community, scared but unbroken, united in their commitment to fostering a safe environment for the students and staff who considered the high school their second home.